these digital assets for our ABC Studio Summer Series in Adobe Express Beta. What do you think? I love it. I love the color palette. I had a really good time. So stick around and check out how I made it. I'm going to do a walkthrough for you of what that looks like to open up the Adobe Express Beta for the very first time and find out how you can also create incredible graphics with incredible animations and illustrations that help you to stand out without having to be a creative design professional. All right, I'm going to press play on this video so you guys can watch it and see what the Adobe Express Beta is all about. Yes, y'all, I love. So if that did not make you excited to join the Adobe Express Beta, maybe this video will. But honestly, no, that was incredible. And you can actually find that specific template whenever you open beta, and you can mess around with it yourself. So I'm going to keep going down this page so that you have kind of a walkthrough of what you're going to experience when you go to adobe.com/express and play around with the app yourself. So there are all types of templates. We have a flyer here. You can also create a logo for your brand. You could create a banner for YouTube or Twitch. It's also really easy to create a social post. There are already templates that are sized for Instagram Reels and TikTok videos as well. You can go from creative ideation all the way through to actually scheduling your post to go out on social, and you can do all of it within Adobe Express. Honestly, this is literally the way to go if you need a one-stop shop and you need something that you can reliably come back to and create content on a monthly basis. You can even create batch content through Adobe Express. And if you are someone who likes to get in, get it done, save yourself some time, this is absolutely the spot. You can also do like little one-off quick things. Like sometimes I want to create a collage and I've got a really cool photo, and you can immediately upload it into Adobe Express, remove the background, you can change the colors, you can clean it up a little bit. And because AI is integrated within this, it makes it so much faster than, for instance, having to open up Photoshop and do that by hand yourself. It's really beautiful. So you can also now in the beta edit video at a much more expansive scale than you could before just in Adobe Express, and absolutely you've got to check it out. It makes it super easy to drag and drop. You can create a kind of a, what's the word I'm thinking of? A collage video. There are so many different elements that you can add to make something truly yours, to make it like stand out and very creative. I absolutely recommend it. And as always, if you are stumped, there are thousands of templates, literally thousands of templates and stock photos and music, and it's free. So absolutely get on it. There are other things that are premium features that give you access to a wider or more expansive library, but even on the free version, there are so many that you can create designs without having to repeat any elements unless that's your thing. I absolutely can't wait to see you guys do this. I'm excited to see you start with Adobe Express for the first time. I'm also here if you've got any questions, If you're curious about integrating AI into your design flow for the first time, it can be a really fun place to start in Adobe Express, because you can begin with something that you've already designed and just use a little bit of AI to bring it to life in an animation sense, or to change a font that you have into something a little bit more dynamic. It's a beautiful place to start, and I want you guys to join the beta. So if you haven't already, right below this video, I will have the link to join the Adobe Express beta, as well as the link to download Adobe Express Premium if you've already got it and you want to level up. All Black Creatives is an affiliate, so if you click that link and you go through, and that's how you get the Adobe Express Premium, we do get a little bit of that, which is absolutely incredible, because All Black Creatives Foundation supports, celebrates, and accelerates Black creatives all around the world, and we could not do that without the support of all of you. Okay, well, I am very excited, as I can only imagine you also are, so let us jump in. I've already joined the free beta, so this is going to take me to my own library and my homepage. Now, I know that it can be a little bit overwhelming to come to a home screen that's got so many bright colors, so many places to look, and so much going on. So I'm just going to do a little overview of the home screen for you and what it is like to jump in and start creating content. But first, as you can see, there are some gorgeous graphics in front of us, and if you are unfamiliar with text-to-image AI generation, that is what you are currently looking at. So, for instance, this beautiful image of these plants was generated with the description, "Interior design room with a lot of plants." That person then decided on the style of image that they wanted, probably something like photography and realistic, and ended up here. And this image to the right says "busy amusement park on Mars." So that was the phrase that they used to generate this image. And we'll go ahead and click on it and see what else we can learn about it, just so that you have a little bit of an overview of what it's like to generate AI images inside of Adobe Express Beta. So again, here's the text to the left in this little box here. "Busy amusement park on Mars" was the phrase that they used to generate this image. They didn't choose a specific type of content, such as a photo, a graphic, or a piece of art, so they left that up to the AI. And then the style that they chose here was popular. They could have done movements, themes, techniques, effects, materials, or concepts, and maybe taken a hint from one of these 6 squares and chosen something like layered paper, or neon, or chaotic, or honestly several of those all at once. And it generated 4 different images for them. We've got the one that we're seeing right now on the right. It also generated this image, the one below it. This one really looks like Mars. And then this one as well. And when you have an image generated like this, you would use it in the same way that you might use a stock image that you found over here on the left in the search bar. You can use this just in that same exact way. For example, you can add text and use it to create a flyer. You could add your logo and design a poster that invites someone to a child's birthday party or to a neighborhood fair. This image is now customizable, and you can kind of do whatever you like with it. Before we jump in too deeply with this, I'm going to exit it out. We're going to go back to the main screen so you guys can kind of get with the flow again. So we're back to the home page here, and to do a little bit of a deeper dive into text effects, these are fun if you're designing a poster and you just want to make it a little bit more special, a little bit more customized. You can change your font to really come alive. So we've got the letter D done as a disco ball, but I like the fiddle leaf fig that's in the shape of the letter L, and this is actually really beautiful. Something that I think is a fun application for text like this is a picture book, maybe something that you're going to use and actually print it off and have a hard copy of it, because there's a lot of texture here, and there's a lot to play with. So if you're feeling creative with your headings and you want to try something new, I absolutely recommend doing text effects. Instead of fiddle leaf fig, let's change it to jungle vines. And we'll go down and we'll hit generate and see what that gives us. Beautiful. And this kind of gives you an example of what it looks like when this effect is tightly wound onto the letters, because we're on medium here. If we said loose, it would make the vines hang a little bit looser off of each letter and give us something that's a little bit more flowy and maybe a little less neat, tight and neat. Yeah, so now we're a little bit more imaginative, maybe a little bit more free-spirited and creative when you've got it loose leaf. I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. But yeah, so that's another fun beta-only feature, which is the text effect. And with that, we've covered 2 of the really big new integrations in the Adobe Express beta. And so if this is something that interests you, maybe you would like to try out adding AI to a previous design that you already have and just playing around, experimenting with it a bit, this is definitely for you. And another really cool thing that's kind of right in your face on the home page is this row that says suggested quick actions. And this is basically just letting you know that you can shortcut into getting a job done fast. So you can do a text to image, you can jump to text effects, you can remove the background. I was kind of mentioning that if you already have photos, you're maybe a photographer, or you've captured something really nice and you want to add it to a poster, removing the background is a really fast, easy way to integrate it. Another quick effect is resizing images, generating a QR code. I mean, it goes on, y'all. And it's kind of really amazing because it just makes the work that you've already got to do just a little bit faster, and we love that. You can convert something to a PDF now and then also edit the text in that. I did that just the other month with a book that I'm putting together, and it was super simple to also go in. I had a few typos and I could go in and edit my text as well. Very easy, loved it. I also added a few digital assets, and they were like really simple illustrations, but elevated my work. So we've kind of looked through the homepage, getting started, text to image, text effects, suggested quick actions, and feature templates. And then if you've already played around in the beta, or if you've played around in Adobe Express, you know that if you click the button Your Stuff, it's going to take you to your files, your own files, your brand, the libraries that you've created. And as you can see, here are a few things that we have been working on, specifically ABC Studio Summer. And this is a really beautiful library of assets, social media assets. This is actually a logo that I created with the Adobe Express beta, and I'm obsessed. It's for our ABC Studios Summer Series program of all Black creatives. This is beautiful, and you will be seeing that. You probably saw it when you joined me for this event today. And I created an entire library of assets for my event, including, dun 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 dun, you've seen this template before. This is how I edited it. This is how I edited it for our campaign. And I changed the background image, added our dates, put our own logo on it. And I also designed kind of a digital flyer poster that tells you a little bit about the ABC Studio Summer Series. Again, using that logo that I designed in beta. This is a cool graphic for stories. And then another one that eventually will go on the feed. And yeah, I designed this gorgeous slew of beautiful assets, and I did it all with the Adobe Express beta. So today I'm going to walk you through how I designed my assets for our ABC Studios Summer Series. Now, right now we are looking at a template that I found using the Adobe Express beta, and I selected this template here. I'll go back for you guys quickly to show you how to get started with a template of your own. But if you are on the main screen here of the Adobe Express beta, you will see that you can get started with a size of an image. You can get started with text to image, which is the new integration with Adobe Firefly. Or you can get started with text effects or suggested quick actions like, let me quickly create an image, let me edit some text, maybe remove the background of a favorite photo, and on and on. So here we have quick actions. But for me, I knew that I wanted to start with a template. So what I did was I searched right in this top search bar for a template that I could get started with. And I knew I wanted to start with an Instagram story template. So I scrolled on through the beautiful Instagram story templates until I found one that caught my eye, and that was this one here. So you'll go ahead and click on any template that might catch your eye, and now we are going to remix it. I'm going to show you the beauty of this template. It's actually an animation, and I saw it and I immediately knew, okay, this is going to be really perfect for programming. And this is the template that I ended with. I shortened the runtime of this template by about half. The original, as you can see down here, is about 10 seconds, and I shortened mine to 5. I also cut out the majority of the orange transition just because it fit our brand colors a little bit more, just to stick with the yellow and the green. So when I shortened the video, I made sense of that and went ahead and shortened and cropped out. All right, so another really beautiful thing that I did here was I added my own text. I switched up the dates and included the dates of the 3 chats that we're going to have that are relevant. I added a little bit more text here that says conversations with, and then I also added who those conversations would be with. And this was honestly really easy, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So instead of saying summer drop, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit because sometimes I just like to work a little bit closer and it's a little easier for me. So instead of saying summer drop, we said ABC Studio Summer Series. So made the text a little smaller. Put it here. And I changed the font. Now, this is something really fun that you can do. You can choose a font that works well for your own brand. Personally, I think it's fun to use the text generator over here to see different recommended fonts. Sorry, any fonts that you see with the crown are available on Premium. And so if you have Adobe Express Premium, you'll be able to use those fonts there. But if you don't worry. There are so many fonts here to choose from. You'll never run out of options there. Okay, so we've chosen our font, ABC Studio Summer Series. And now it's time to move on. The second thing that I did here was that I wanted to edit my background image to reflect this. Now remember that Adobe stock is integrated in your use of Adobe Express, and that's even on the trial or the free version. Just remember that if there's a crown in the bottom, that means it's a premium feature or a premium image. All right, so I want to use, let's say, happy black friends. That's super odd, but it's going to give me a lot of options to choose from. All right, immediately that's super cute and I love it. We're gonna go with this one. The second thing that I changed here was my dates. Now I have several dates to choose from. So I went ahead and again, just chose a little font that I liked. You don't have to choose the same font that you are using for your text, but you can. I love to zoom in whenever I work, you guys, because it honestly helps me to keep track of where I'm at. So let's put these dates in. God. We'll go 8-5. And we'll go 9-05. Okay. And these are our new dates. We also have multiple people that we're going to be speaking with. And so far, as you can see, we have them separated into 2 text boxes. I'm going to go over here, spread that out. I'm going to say Mariana. Whoops, just a little bit bigger. All right, amazing. And we are already looking good, guys. We've already changed it to fit us. But something else that we can do. Let's select our background here. Let's say we want to go ahead and change this color. And we wanted to go into let's say that we want to change the color to gradient again. Now, let's look for a background that we feel like these two could be chilling behind that will also show up with our yellow and white letters. We could choose this guy here, the purple. Let's hit play and see what we think. It's okay. We didn't like the landscape orientation, like maybe this one. Let's say we didn't like the landscape orientation of it. That is absolutely okay, because as you can see, she's been rotated. So let's select it here. And we can rotate. Okay? We can hit play and we have another awesome soft background. I think this looks really good, but let's speed it up a little just so you can see what that looks like. Whoop. So that goes way too fast, I think, at 150 speed. We'll take it all the way back down. '50's kind of slow. But there we have it. We can change the color here, but I kind of like what we've got going on. But in case you didn't, you can hit duotone, which will change the background into 2 different colors for you. Again, These templates are fully customizable. It is super easy to use it for your own brand, for an event that you may be having. I mean, look at how we turned a template into two completely different assets. The assets that are part of this campaign. So here we've got the ABC Studios logo, which I created from scratch. Design assets that I've been using all throughout the process, and it was easier for me to just have them really close on hand on another sheet of paper just to kind of copy and paste. But let's see, we've got this one here. We're gonna hit Control C to copy it, and then let's say we wanted to put one on this sheet of paper with Drop Bob. We can go ahead and whoop, downsize that a lot. And let's see, I think it looks kind of cool right around here. And this kind of tied in the rest of the assets that we have, because each of them has got this like really cool sketch of either a headset or a retro phone, or the phone being taken apart in some way. This is the logo that I designed for this program. Here we have a map of the cell service. Then we've got another handheld phone that you saw in the previous photo, but this one's gone from blue to black. And we've got written here, a program of all Black creatives. And I just went in and I used Chantal, which is a font that we've got on several of our assets to kind of keep things really tied together. As you can see, we've got the same font for ABC Studios from piece to piece. That really helps you with your brand recognition and consistency. And then also, as you can see, we've got the same colors. We've got the chartreuse, we've got the neon green, and then we have the blue, and that's something that's also repeated here. We have the chartreuse, we have the blue kind of peeking out. All of these little individual choices are what help you to convey your brand and help people to understand and stick with you, because they've got, they're getting the brand repetition to help them with the brand recognition. Repetition to recognition. And so, yeah, this is how I designed the campaign for our ABC Studios Summer Series, which is actually launching this month. Very cool. So please keep your eyes out for it. In the meantime, I want to challenge all of you to design your own animated template. I want you to remix this one right here. If you have Adobe Express on your phone, that's the best way to access this. I also have my affiliate link down in the links below. If you click it and you download Adobe Express Premium, All Black Creatives gets a little bit of that, gets a small portion of that from just your conversion, basically. So that's a fun way to donate to All Black Creatives if you are interested in getting Adobe Express Premium. Please do that. Please use our link. It helps us all out in the end. And then, yeah, I will be sharing this remixable template with you. You'll have the chance to edit everything from the amount of time that this runs for. You can do super quick and we're done, or obviously you can make it longer how we showed you. This is just about a second. You can edit everything from the logo here, and you can add your own logo, or you can delete that entirely. Completely up to you. And then you'll have a chance to add a background image and even edit your text. And if you can see this here, every single piece of this design has its own layer, and you can click each layer to edit the things within that layer. So here are the words. And right now we've got new, 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 and it's repeated 4 times. And the reason why you see it sliding across the screen like that is because in Adobe Express, you can use the animation feature. Okay. The animation feature so far we've got selected to drift in. We could do looping. We could make our text flicker. on and off. We could pulsate it, like you see there. We could yo-yo it, make it jump around. We could do a little wiggle wiggle. Spin, which I think is usually better if you have a less text actually, because it's a little bit distracting. We could do a little jitterbug, and we could do a bob. So those are all some really cool looping animations. But as you can see, the one that we've got right now is the drifting in of the words, and they are drifting to the right. But we could have them drifting to the left. That means kind of starting out and coming from that direction. However, I genuinely really like it the way that it is. If you didn't though, you could edit every single one of these to drift back and forth, up and down, at any angle that you would like, and that's totally open. So this is the template that I want you guys to go ahead and try to remix. It's the perfect size to share on stories. If you wanted to resize it here and go from an Instagram square post to an Instagram story or an Instagram reel, this is where you would edit that right here. And I really feel like, because this is a project that looks so beautifully made and so professionally made, this is something that you'll be using for a long time to come. So if you've got any questions now on how to create your own remixable template on Adobe Express, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to help you guys to create and have a really fun summer. So once again, thank you for watching me as I created the assets and remix templates for ABC Studio Summer, and I cannot wait to see your own remix.